Hello there, and in this video I'm going to get round to changing the defective instrument cluster in my Volvo XC90. Now, I could have sent my existing instrument cluster away to be repaired, but having had a look in the service history, I found that this cluster I think had already been repaired 2, maybe 3 times before, and somehow I couldn't see the 4th time being a charm. So what I've done instead is I've gone ahead and ordered this refurbished instrument cluster from volvodiagnostic.com. I sent them the details of my vehicle, my VIN number, and they've sent me this module which should be coded to my car. So in theory, this is a plug and play installation. However, before I do that, I want to verify that the battery in this car is okay, because I understand that the learning algorithm for this will only work once, so I want to make sure I get it right. So before I do anything, I'm going to disconnect the battery from the car, because you need to do that anyway as part of this procedure, but I'm also then going to test the battery, and then if I'm not happy with the numbers that come out of the battery, I will halt proceedings until I am. So, yep, everything I need is here. I've got a cup of hot brown on standby. So, yeah, let's get this battery disconnected and get cracking. Let's bring this up. And yes, the observant amongst you will notice I have not yet cleaned under here. It is still absolutely disgusting. Right, so I think the battery lives underneath this cover. You may also notice there's a mousetrap down there and a baiting station there, and that's because I'm still investigating this vehicle's rodent problem. I did make a rather worrying discovery, and I found a paper box, or cardboard box rather, for a bulb that had been chewed inside the glove box. I'm hoping that is historical and there aren't still unwanted guests in this car, but yeah, I'll be monitoring these traps for a few more days just to be certain. Let's see how good my ichrometer is. No, bigger than that, 13mm. Today, of course, gives me an opportunity as well to test my new Whiteland Restorations gloves, which I'll include a link to in the description below, because I always seem to be shilling their stuff these days. It's either that or Kitch's. Shilling Kitch's stuff as well. Yeah, I don't think they'll stay this white for this long, if I'm honest with you. Right, let's get this done. Oh, blimey, they're tight. I think I'm going to need a larger ratchet. There we go. Something a little bit larger to undo things with. There we go. Using my trusty Halford's toolkit, which I think I've had since 2002? 2001, 2002. So you may as well go and put the kettle on. This is going to take me a little while to get undone. Put that there. Oh, let's lift this cover off. Aha, success. That's grim. Just like everything else back here. Let's move that cup of hot brown actually somewhere where it's not going to get grim bits in it. I don't particularly want to consume any rodent stuff if I can at all avoid it. Okay. Oh, that battery looks quite new actually. We've got a green light on the battery, so that's promising. Right, anyway, let's get this disconnected. Okay, what I tend to do with these, I like to wrap the terminals in a cloth so that they don't contact anything they're not supposed to. Right, there we go. And that way, nothing's going to come in contact with something it shouldn't do later on. Right, I need to find out what the specs are of this battery need to be now so that I can test it. I will do an alternator test later on as well, but just not right now. Okay, so I've just bought the spec up for this battery with 850 cold cranking amps. So I need to get my little gadget on the go, get it hooked up and get this programmed in. I have taken the gloves off for this because, and I said to you, they wouldn't stay clean for very long. They are lovely though. Right, let's get this hookled together. Obviously making sure to connect the right bits to the right bits. Okay, so my little testy doodahs come up, 12.26 volts, so that's promising. So I'll go check, in vehicle. In fact, let me film this. Where's my, give me 2 seconds. Oh, where's my phone? It's right next to me. Sorry, 850. Oh. Right, okay, so we're going to check the battery. So we're going to go check in vehicle. No, it's not in vehicle because we're disconnected. So it's an out of vehicle test. It's a regular flooded battery. We're testing cold cranking amps. There we go, got it set to 850. Anybody would think I'd already done this once and not recorded. Press enter. We'll test the battery. There you go, we've got a status of good recharge. So I am happy enough that this battery is going to do what it needs to do in order to allow me to fit the instrument cluster. I don't think we're going to have any major problems. The other sign that the battery's okay is some of these batteries have a status indicator. I'll just flip the video now for you. There you go. And you can see there's that little status window and those bits down there. So now that we're good with that, let's get this instrument cluster swapped over. Okay, so I've given you as good a view as I can. I did think about shooting this POV, but I'm not sure that would have done what we need it to. So what we've got, and interestingly enough, I went to remove that screw and there isn't one, look. So we've got these little, what are they, T20 Torx. I think everything is held in with T20 Torx for this stage of the job, if I remember correctly. There we go. Try not to lose your screws. Right, so if I lower this down and pull it right towards me, we should, he says, now be able to extract this. Yep, there it comes. The thing I couldn't find this morning, oh, it was my trim tools, annoyingly. Right, what else has it got? Hang on a minute, there's some down there. The only thing is, I've watched videos on how to do this. I'm sure it just lifts up and forwards. Standby caller. Will this lift off? Yes. Right, okay, let's do what I've seen in the instructions then. Because this seems to lift off quite easily. Let's see if that gives me any more room to work with, because it might well do. Okay, so it looks like I might just be being too gentle with this, so there we go. That's what we needed to do. We needed a little bit of brute force and ignorance, by the looks of things, to get that free. There we go. Come on, there we go. We're out. We're out. Yeah, so it's getting caught up on those little metal clip things there. I want to say this has been in and out a couple of times, I think, so at various points. Right, so what we've got left, I think we've got some more. They're either T20 or T25 Torx. 1, 2, 3, 4 to take out next, which I really don't want to lose inside the dashboard, because if I do, that's going to put me in a world of pain in the bottomness, because then I'll be spending forever trying to get them out. So let's just oh, they're not tight. They're not tight at all. Let's get those out by hand and try not to lose them. There we go. There's one. It's not really a better angle, unfortunately, I can get you in at to have a closer look at what I'm doing. Okay. Let's get these top ones undone. Oh, great. Now, I don't think I can get a clear line with this socket onto that, nor that one. My sockets are too fat. Right, okay, so I now need to see if I can go and find an alternate Torx bit. Stand by. Okay, I have gone and acquired something long and bendy, so I can hopefully get these undone without too much trouble. I don't know why I said they were T20, they are actually T25s. I don't know where I got T20s from. There we go. That started. Unfortunately, I don't think either of these ends is magnetic, so again, I really don't want to lose these. I know fitting them's going to be fun. Okay, right, let's see if I can get these out without losing them. Right, oh God. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and stuff a microfiber cloth down there so that if anything drops, I can catch it. Done this before. There we go. That way, hopefully, should it fall down there, it shouldn't. I shouldn't lose it. At least that's the theory anyway. Let's see if this actually works out. Got to have little fingers for this job. Aha, success. Right, let's get this one out. I sure want to watch Tolly Swift's video. I'm a Spanner YouTube channel. I think he did this in about 20 seconds flat, whereas I think it's taken me the better part of 10 minutes. But then again, that's what you come to expect on this channel. Come on, out you come, out you come. There we go. Result. Okay, let's just temporarily free that out, and then it should just be a case, I believe, of pulling this forwards, and then there should be a solitary connector on the back, which there is. That's better. There's actually a fair bit of room on the wiring. You don't need to strain back there too much. There we go. Now that's a slight concern. I have just noticed something. They have sent me a different instrument cluster. I don't think they are compatible. I think they have to be the same spare part number. I'm going to go and take a look at that now and see if the pins and everything look the same. They have said it's been coded to my VIN, and I did send them my VIN, but I'm almost sure when I've read into this that this spare part number needs to be the same. Yeah, let me go and have a look. So yeah, just comparing the two instrument clusters. But that's my old instrument cluster. This is the replacement one that they've sent me, but they are very different on the back. And one of the things I know is different, or denotes different generations of these. Oh, sorry, I stand corrected. They do both have a green plug. I thought this one didn't have a green plug, but it does. But it is different. So this looks like it is a slightly later generation of it. For some reason, I thought they'd sent me one with a white plug. Just count the number of pins there. I think it might actually be alright, you know. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I might be over worrying, but this is definitely the earlier type of cluster. Interesting, there's a bulb missing there, and it's definitely had a bulb in it. That's curious. Why is that missing? Like I say, this has been to bits and repaired multiple times before. So okay, so it's still a green connector. So this must be, it's still an early one, but a slightly later generation. So look at the part numbers. So yeah, so it's definitely a later. It's definitely a later part number than that one is. Okay, I think the only thing we can do, it's got the green connector, which is the thing I was concerned about. Like I say, for some reason I thought this one had got a white connector on, and I know that is definitely the later type of cluster that wouldn't have been compatible. But as it is a green one, and the pin numbers look the same, I'm going to cross my fingers, put it all back together and hope it works. So let's go. So yeah, I definitely had a little bit of confusion there. I thought this was not a compatible instrument cluster, but it looks like it is. So let's just tilt you down a little bit. So yeah, let's see then. So try and do this without scratching the living daylights out of the plastic. The plastic on the instrument cluster isn't the best, but then again it is a used refurbished one, and it's no worse than the one that's come out of the car, to be fair. So okay, well that went back in with a nice positive click, so I will take that as should be compatible. Just need to manoeuvre this back into position. There we go. Nice new clocky wockles in place. Did I just use a stupid and cute terminology? I've been trying my best not to do that on this channel, to be honest with you, but it is how I go through life, making stupid and cute, slightly stupid and slightly cute words all the time. It is one of my many weaknesses, along with going to the garden centre every 5 minutes, which is probably, if I'm honest with you, the drive that I'll do today to verify this. Maybe with a detour to B&Q, because I am still trying to get a functional living room. Why is that not? Something's holding me up on that side. What's going on? There we go, that's better. There we go. Now it's home. Right. Screws. The void prevention microfiber back in place. Is that going to stay? Is that going to stay on the end of there long enough for me to get it in that hole? Oh, precision work going on here, Dave. I think it's in. It's in good enough. Alright, do the same this side. It's getting warm in this car. Started off quite chilly this morning and then it's suddenly warmed up. There we go, that's better. I'll just get some light on the subject. I have got a lamp, but as well. Oh no. There we go. Caught it. It's just not a particularly... Alright, so note to self, one of the things I need to treat myself to, possibly for my birthday, is some long reach magnetic Torx bits. I need to buy a lot of new tools, to be honest with you. I'll add those to my list, because like I say, these aren't magnetic, which obviously somewhat increases the peril of trying to do something like this. Right, oh, no chance. I'll do that with my fingers, I think. I've got a better chance of getting that in with my fingers. In you go, clocky wockles. The correct expression, of course, for these is the DIM module, the driver information module. It's nice to know it's a slightly later gen. I think that means this one's got LEDs rather than bulbs in it as well, because it looks like the other one had bulbs in. I did notice half of those weren't working. Oh, if that had gone between the seat and the thing, there would have been some swearing. There would have been some bleepage action. You can tell this has been out multiple times because the edges of this dashboard have just been massacred trying to get it in and out by the looks of things. Alright, okay. Okay, now I think I'll get away. Do I need the... I'll use the bendy bar. Can't remember what this has come off something else. I think years ago they were called snake drives or something. I'm sure that's what they were called. Years and years ago, I remember buying this. I think back when I had either a Peugeot 205 or a Citroen ZX, I think. I've recently retired my Halford's trolley jack. I bought that when I bought my 205. I was talking to Mike Vanny of BX Project, and he asked me if I'd ever serviced it. When I said no, he said, "Oh, you might want to do something about that because it could kill you." But that's an aside. All right. Okay, I'll nip those up direct in a minute. It's just sort of... don't really need it for these lower ones, but I've started with this tool, so I shall continue with this tool. I say they don't need to be torqued up stupidly tight anyway, as long as the instrument cluster is actually done up in some way, unlike VEP, where I discovered recently it wasn't done up at all. VEP, incidentally, has been the source of a few problems for me of late. I've got a video coming about the absolute pain in the arse odyssey that we went through trying to source the right wheel bearings for it. You always know you're in trouble when the specialist you've taken the car to rings you up for advice on what to fit to your own car. At that point I knew we were going to be in for a little bit of a pickle problem. But thankfully we've got it sorted. But yeah, I'll have a... not a rant, I'll have a chat about that in a future video. I need to give you an update on the V70 as well, because I put a video out where I had problems with the gearbox. I've subsequently serviced the gearbox and things look better, but I need to show you what I did to sort that out. Right, okay, that's in. So, I need to put my trimsy surroundy thing back in. I'm missing Oh, excellent. Where have I put that down? Oh, it's there. So I'm missing one of these top screws, so next time I make a visit to any form of salvage emporium, I need to make a note of that so that I can sort that out. Right. The good news is, looks like it clicks in pretty good without the screws, so that's reassuring at least. Where's it gone? It's there. Salvage emporium. I don't half come out with some absolute rubbish sometimes. Oh no, 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 no. Naughty screw. Okay, right. That's in as good as it's going to get. I need to put this thing back in. I'm sure that's supposed to be attached to the bottom of that. I know it is on the V70s, but maybe it isn't on these. Right. A quick look at the clock spring. Everything looks really grim back there. I need to sort all that out at some point as well. Right. Clip this back together, assuming it will. That looks promising. And the rubber bit's not where it's supposed to be. There we go. That's clippity clippity. Let's clip that together. Put the steering column roughly somewhere where it's supposed to be. Okay, let's get the battery reconnected. Okay then, it's moment of truth now, I guess. Let's find out whether or not this repair has worked. So, ignition on. Okay, alright, okay. I'm not surprised that my wipers were going because they were down. It is showing my mileage. I have got an SRS airbag service urgent warning up. It's telling me my tailgate's open. 3 messages. Reckons I've only doing 16 miles to the gallon, so that must be left over from the previous vehicle. Dashboard seems a bit dim. Right, okay, I'll try starting her up. Let's just turn it off once first. Okay. Well, it's alive. I'm sure the clocks in my V70 are a bit brighter than that, but we'll have to see how it does. Right, okay, I think the only thing to do now then is I'm going to put all my tools away. We'll let this run for a little bit because I want to put a bit of charge in the battery anyway, and then we'll go out for a drive and we'll see whether or not I get any more error messages, because I wasn't sure about the brake failure stop safely message I get either. That could be a brake pressure sensor, but like I say, we'll see if this works or not. At the moment, the only message I've still got up is that airbag one. I haven't had a brake failure stop safely yet, so that would indicate that was a problem with the, or potentially a problem with the car's old display module. But yeah, those clocks are not very bright. Now, there's a couple of possibilities there. It could even be that the dimmer module in here is designed for conventional bulbs. Maybe it's got LEDs in there, I don't know. I'll have to message Volvo Diagnostic, I think, and see what they say. Because I would prefer to have normally lit clocks. Oh no, the footballists are on. Oh no, I'd not thought about that. Uh-oh. I might be in trouble here. Never drive into Derby when Derby County are playing. I might wind up rerouting us into town, I don't know. See which road they've shut. Sound of my tools rolling around in the boot of the car. Okay, we've not got a problem yet, but we are going to have a problem. So I must not come back this way. So anyway, that's it. I'm going to close this video out here. In the next one, what I'll be doing is plugging in a top-down top scan and seeing if I can get rid of the airbag warning message. Now, it could well be that this car needs to be plugged into VIDA to sort everything out with a new clock module, but hopefully not. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do consider liking and subscribing before you go, and I'll see you in a future one. Cheerio!